Today, really a big day for Nigeria with the commissioning of Dangote Cement's Abesa plant that, of course, will have a capacity of 6 million tons per annum. What does this mean for the Nigerian economy?
Yes, it means quite a lot in the Nigerian economy, given that the new plant had installed capacity for about 6 million metric tons. That's going to surely help to stabilize the economy, to increase local production. It's going to also help in reducing the importation, while it helps to increase exports. This is going to impact definitely on the balance of trade for Nigeria. Also, I see it impacting on the government development framework for budget 2012, given that the government focuses a lot on a lot of capital projects that will be done for 2012. Also, I want to look at it from the aspect of foreign exchange. Now, the impact of foreign exchange is going to be derived from the reduction in total demand for forex. This is because if we have more production in the country, there won't be any need for increased imports, and this is going to affect the CBN in such a way that the CBN can be able to maintain exchange rate stability, given that the pressure on the naira will be dropped by this new incentive.
So really a movement forward in the structural reforms that are taking place. Just looking at some of the comments that we've seen out of some analysts, they're saying that with Nigerian stock exchange sitting with a PE in January of just over 7, it is looking really cheap. If these structural reforms start taking place, you are going to see more foreign inflows into the market. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, to an extent, I will agree with that. If you notice what I said about foreign exchange, an imperative for foreign direct investment is a stable exchange rate. Now, if CBN is able to achieve a stable exchange rate, it's going to bring more foreign investors into the capital markets, into the economy, and by this, it's going to a large extent, be able to aid firms in making their projections and forecasts, and not just depending or relying on speculative demand for forex, as the case had been.
Let's focus in on the banking sector and some of the news flow that we've seen out of there. UBA is one of the banks that issued a profit warning yesterday. We saw the stock really falling back, down 5% on the day. A huge provisioning coming through for the Q4 period. Was this a shock to you that that provisions had jumped so extensively in the last quarter of the year?
Yeah, I would say for the UBA profit warning, essentially UBA is going to release a loss position for year-end 2011. I do not personally think this is exclusive to UBA. I would say rather that the banking environment for 2011 has had its fair share of volatility. And as a result of various CBN reforms, a lot has happened in the industry. Now, the outcome of those CBN reforms has led to, let's say, a changing structure, a picture of a changing structure of the industry. We have changing ownership, then there's market share, and then imperatively it has helped to also increase emphasis on credit risk management. So for UBA, I would say it's their own way of writing off some bad loans or bad debts that they had through provisioning. So going forward, we expect to see an increase in their profitability. If you look closely, they've also released a forecast for 2012 Q1. They projected to have a profit after tax of 12.1 billion. So this goes to say that there is a rebound in the banking industry, given that AMCOM to a great extent has been able to purchase over 3 trillion of the bad assets that you have in the banking industry. So I will vote for sound balance sheets. I will vote for increased performance in 2012 for the banking industry
and, of course,
for UBA as well.
As you say, UBA is starting off the year on a cleaner slate with a 3% non-performing loan ratio. What are your thoughts on its operations outside of Africa and the type of profitability we're going to see coming through from those? Outside of Nigeria, rather. Well,
could you say that again, please?
What are your thoughts on the profitability and the type of performance we're going to see from UBA in Africa this year outside of Nigeria?
Outside Nigeria? Well, outside Nigerian borders.
Yes.
UBA is trying to look forward towards a hold-co situation arrangement. So they're doing a lot of internal restructuring and all that. And then given the reforms in the banking industry in Nigeria, and then we see a lot of banks playing in the international field, a lot of banks expanding their coast to international horizons. And we hope that with the emerging situations in the Europe debt market, if we're able to have a kind of curtailing, or if there's a kind of cushion in the euro market, it's going to filter back into the Nigerian market, and we're going to see a great growth in the financial sector in the quarters to come.